Now only upper body invulnerable, but is still fully projectile invulnerable. He is vulnerable to lows and mids all the way through to roll. It is still also throw vulnerable. This one hurts. Why, Adam? Why did you do this to me?
You know, it was a little degenerate, and maybe there will be something else to compensate. We'll see.
Okay. Is it the same if he does power line in a roll?
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
just stuff it.
The hitbox size has been reduced on medium and heavy tremors.
It's a bit smaller. It won't catch you from outer space anymore.
Yeah. The first few frames of TJ's tremor will no longer crush low attacks.
You want to sweep me and try to low on wake up?
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. I got the reversal message, so I hit my timing and I get hit.
No more wake up tremor.
Poor Isaac.
No more wake up tremor.
No more wake up tremor.
I don't even want to save this one, but it's not even. It doesn't even sound like a big deal, but it feels significant to me.
Tell me.
So shoot toss now starts up 4 frames slower. You're still gonna get
hit by this a lot. Yeah.
It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah. It's still pretty darn good.
You can no longer cancel Shadow Power Line into spin behind on block, but it still works on hits.
So you'll get shadow countered every time there.
Yeah, for the most part, except for this one burf he has, that's actually it for the nerfs. So shoot toss KV has been reduced by 50% for increased juggle opportunities.
That's right.
You can
so
go nuts with this.
Yeah, we're only at 35 after that. We used to be at like 65 or something.
So we got a bit of a burf coming up.
All right.
Medium and heavy vortex hit 2 and 3 times respectively.
All right.
So
there's light.
Yep.
There's medium. There's heavy.
All vortex and cyclone moves deal less KV for enhanced juggle opportunities.
Right. So you can do a lot more with these, but your opponent actually has a shot at knowing what strength you use now based on the number of hits.
And the medium and heavy versions scoot forward a little bit more on startup.
So you have some more spots you can anti-air with now, because this is the light one, right? And then here's the heavy one. So that'll cover a slightly different spot, a little bit more forward. Pretty useful in keeping people from jumping at you as TJ.
I think I hugged you after this change.
Yeah?
So Shadow Vortex is now fully invulnerable until it becomes active.
He has a real reversal.
Oh, yeah. This is pretty good.
So he has a real Shadow reversal now. There's no vulnerable frames on this until the hit. It's completely invulnerable until the strike.
So frame advantage on normals has been improved where possible to make him less negative if he doesn't cancel, while still allowing him to shoot toss if the opponent doesn't jump.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're just better.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just better.
Yeah, he deserved better frame data there, and now he's got it.
Yeah. So standing light kick and jumping light kick cause a flip out.
We saw that earlier when we were doing the system changes. That's no surprise. TJ is my nominee for best use of flip out in this entire game.
Oh,
this character is absolutely terrifying.
So we also gave him a new target combo in the air, jumping light punch into light kick, and that also causes a flip out.
Yep, pretty useful.
Okay.
So you can get up there and flip people out, tumble under, and do stuff from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, it's limitless. It's really good.
Okay.
So standing heavy punch into close standing heavy
medium.
Yeah. What? No, I'm
oh.
Okay. Yeah. I'm getting there.
All right.
So standing heavy punch and close standing heavy punch
right.
cause a stagger and leave you plus enough to use a light manual or medium manual. What else can you do after that? Oh, yeah. Super sick.
That's fun. That's pretty fun. I like that.
So we also gave TJ a bunch of new TJ combinations. These are
these are his new toys.
Yeah, these are target strings. These work on whiff to help with footsies, juggles, and other mix-ups.
These are ridiculous in footsies.
So far standing medium punch into heavy punch. You want to show that off? What does that do on hit? Oh, it causes a stagger. Yeah, he's a real boxer. Far standing medium punch into medium kick. Show that off. That does not cause a stagger, if you noticed. Close standing medium punch into heavy punch does cause a stagger. He also has a close standing medium punch into medium kick. Crouching medium punch into heavy punch. And that
all
causes,
work on whiff.
Yep, they all work on whiff, and that causes a stagger. And then crouching medium punch into medium kick. You'll notice that all of these start with a medium.
Right.
A medium
So
punch.
if you're going to try and use them as manuals, you might get that medium broken, but then you can kind of segue into a medium or a heavy.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is it for TJ.
Again, yeah.
What a roller coaster.
Defense is a little trickier for him. He's going to have to use his Shadow Reversal now, but flip out. I think this is the best use of flip out in the game.
Oh, yeah.
TJ is an absolute nightmare once he gets going. which really isn't that hard for him to do now that you can whiff stuff and he's just like blah blah footsies.
Yeah, originally I was really sad when I saw those changes, and then I saw all the tools that he got, and it was just like, whoa, he's super sick.
They're good in combos, they're good in footsies, they're good as whiff punishes.
You can use them as manuals, right?
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. But time to talk about the next character.
Maya.
Maya.
The name of my cat.
Maya.
Yeah.
I know everybody's happy about her.
So
we got Pink Diamond on camera. She looks very angry already.
I'm going to just get started.
Yeah.
Jumping heavy punch and heavy kick damage has been reduced by 15%.
A little bit less because they were really, really good buttons.
Yep. Mantis is no longer available from a back jump. Neutral and forward jumps only. Dagger toss light and medium recovery is 6 frames longer.
Block this up close and then mash a light. Uh-oh. So, they're still really good, but you're going to have to space them better. You can't
that face is priceless.
You can't just do it from up close. You're going to have to do it from back here.
We raised the hitboxes of daggers slightly to make it easier for more characters to low profile them.
Right. Okay, let's try it out.
Yep. Nope, that was great
All right.
demonstration.
So, nice, yeah.
Yep, moving on. Dagger toss no longer deals chip damage on block.
Which you can't really see in training mode, but trust us, it doesn't.
None?
Yep.
So the reward we're getting, no, none. We're getting the pips, we don't need the block damage. It's fine, we're getting the pips.
Are you sure?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So dagger toss follow-ups from leap kick are only available on hit or whiff. You cannot do these on block anymore.
So that's available, but on block, nothing. Nothing.
So the second hit from her daggers, that little spirit thing, you cannot use that, or that cannot cause a blowout anymore.
Yeah,
excuse me.
The spirits won't blow out anymore. Yep. Will make combos a little bit more reliable.
Yep. All linker damage has increased to normal damage and scaling levels, so that Maya gains ender levels normally.
Really? So I could just do bup, bup. I'm at level 4 already?
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty significant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she does normal damage
She
now.
does normal damage now.
So the 2 hits of opener tumble kick advance the damage scaling by 1 instead of 2, helping Maya build ender levels normally.
Very nice.
Tumble kick ender damage has been increased by 20%. So if you haven't noticed, we're doing buffs.
So she hits like a real character now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we widened the cancel window on her second hit of her crouching medium punch target combo and crouching heavy punch to make them feel better.
Yep, those do feel better.
Yep.
I like it.
So tumble kick and shadow tumble kick cause a ground bounce on the final hit against airborne opponents for increased juggles. Yeah.
Whoops, miss. Oh my god.
Oh,
nice.
Don't look at me, don't look at me.
There you go. It's pretty cool.
You can do some cool stuff.
So normal and dagger juggle properties have been adjusted to extend juggles.
They bounce higher.
Yep.
It's quite a bit easier to land her axe kick off of these now.
Normal and axe kick recapture hitbox sizes have been improved to increase juggle opportunities.
Correct. Yeah, I missed it. Hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's cool. We adjusted the launch velocity on Shadow Leap Kick to make dagger toss follow-ups work as intended. This is a really cool change coming up, I think.
All right.
Mantis can cash out combos.
Told you I got you a present, Larry.
If a breakable window has occurred,
okay,
it deals more damage than before in a combo.
Let's see if I have anything fancy enough for that.
There you go.
Ooh, Mantis combos are back, huh?
First try.
First try. That was good. That was good.
All right.
That was good.
So we snuck in some nerfs. So double dagger strike, that launches the opponent for a juggle now.
So go ahead and block low for me. I got my big unblockable dagger.
Whoa.
Ooh. You're off your feet. So if I want to pick that up, let me get a few more pips here. Whoa. Hey, I didn't catch it. There we go. Yeah, so if you want a combo off this, you're going to have to pick it up with her new juggle potential.
Okay.
Yep. So this next one, we might want to get that camera ready.
Block camera,
okay.
So dagger and pip damage under. So that's been removed from the game. So this has been reworked.
This is a rework?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait.
Maya.
If Maya's the second rework, does that mean Conra was not reworked?
Exactly. Yeah. So
Nobody pleased about that one.
Everybody just got really quiet.
Oh,
yeah, they're like, no.
So the damage ender's gone.
Yes.
What do we do?
That has been reworked into Dagger Assault Activation Ender. Same input as before. So the Ender does really low damage and leaves the opponent standing.
Okay.
So after the attack portion of the Ender, the daggers leave Maya's hands and hover above the opponent's head, attacking them automatically every few seconds. The number of... Got some good reactions for that one. So the number of times they attack is based on the number of pips you had when you activated. So 0 pips does 1 attack, 4 pips does 5 attacks.
Correct.
These attacks can be blocked and do not build up any new pips.
So I'm going to activate this again as well, and you'll see that if he hits me, it ends.
Okay.
So when Dagger
you
Assault...
pressure safely.
Yeah, when Dagger Assault end, only separate from each other.
That's right.
As you just showed, on hit, they end right away. And these do not carry over during rounds.
Right. But hey.
Or in between rounds, I guess that's a more proper way of saying that. Yeah. And that's it for Maya.
This thing is tough to use at first. You'll probably put this on people and then get hit, and it'll drop, and you'll be like, oh, that's not very good. I'm regularly getting like 80% off people with crazy mix-ups during this.
Okay.
I think it's great.
It looks good.
Put some time into it.
Conra?
Conra, who is not reworked.
He is not reworked.
Because what does rework mean? Rework means that you have to kind of fundamentally change how you think about some little small part of the character.
That's true.
And we didn't feel that that was necessary.
Yeah, so we buffed Conra.
No, like I've spoken about this before. We all at the studio feel Conra came out a bit stronger than we had wanted. We like his tools. We like his game plan. It's all really cool and unique. We don't want to take that away, but we are going to make that weaker.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good.
So jumping heavy punch damage has been reduced by about 15%.
We got Sleepy on deck, and the Chow is chanting nerf. Nardhawk downs.
Yeah.
Nardhawk downs.
Nardhawk downs
right.
for everyone. So Spike Ender, his launcher Ender, the damage has been reduced by about 5%. Whoops. Swarm Ender, I'm just going to kind of blaze through these. Swarm Ender, his special damage Ender, has been reduced by about 10%. Shadow Clutch damage has been reduced by about 25%.
Yeah, you guys got to see this one. This is significantly less than it used to be. It still hurts, though.
Yeah, that still
hurts.
That's the nerf
but,
damage?
I mean, that used to be like 64 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is no longer possible to attack on the way down after using Air Swarm.
You're stuck in the air doing nothing until you land, and you're going to get punished. You can still cancel into it, but it's much less safe to put out air swarms now. You're not going to get swarms and sand in the same jump.
Okay.
For sure.
So Shadow Swarm now starts off with a breath attack, just like the normal swarm. So the projectile only spawns if you miss the breath part of the attack, and it takes
starts up much slower.
It takes a little bit longer to get that projectile out.
Yeah, go ahead and let that.
Yeah.
Get blocked. So I'm sure you guys remember this classic. Still works, but you don't get a swarm on top of them in like 3 free manuals.
Okay.
You just get the linker that's breakable.
So
You want to try and break that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
First try.
Yes. Very good. Hey, Steve the boy. Yeah.
So Swarm and Shadow Swarm projectile damage has been reduced by 55%.
55. Look at that. 3%. And you'll notice it's 5 hits now instead of 6.
Okay.
So, hey, we skipped the change.
Did we?
Okay.
Okay.
So the Swarm hitbox size has been reduced by about 35%.
It has. They're a little smaller, which is kind of a burf. They're a little harder to hit, but they also are easier to skate around.
Hey, nice. Yeah. So as Adam said, Swarms hit 5 times instead of 6.
Yeah, which makes it a little trickier to kind of option select a throw or a juggle. You're going to have to commit to one.
Yeah. Now we're going to play some numbers right here.
Numbers?
So Swarm Breath, the block stun has been retuned.
Okay.
So the light version is now -3 on block. This used to be +7.
So uppercut punish this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a -3.
Yeah.
Wow.
So medium version is now -2 on block, and that used to be +3. And then the heavy version is -1 on block. This used to be -3.
Right. So they're all minus. They're -1, 2, and 3 instead of like +7 and whatever. It was crazy.
Yeah. So back medium punch is now +1 on block instead of +6.
Significantly worse, but still good.
We added more block stuff to close swarm startup and back medium punch to make shadow counters against them easier.
Easier for everyone but Steve. There he goes. And we'll do a breath, too. Oh, my God, Steve, please.
Oh,
No.
one more.
Okay, there we go.
So the startup of Clutch has a more noticeable anticipation pose now.
All right, check out my arms. Don't get too close. That's
Yep.
going to be a lot easier to see because his arms get behind him. So when there's a lot of sand on the screen, maybe you can see the silhouette of that and react accordingly.
Does it still hit on the same frame?
It does. It's still the same speed, but
Okay,
the startup is more noticeable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sacrifice deals 200% more actual damage to Conra. This is 15 damage, up from 5. And potential damage inflicted is unchanged.
Right.
Okay.
It is no longer possible to instinct cancel the recovery of Sacrifice.
Can't be done.
And that is it for the nerfs.
Okay.
This one, not being able to attack after Air Swarm, and the damage on swarms, those are extremely significant. Now,
Yeah.
Conra is still a character who is meant to put you in situations where you will take damage. You're either going to get command grabbed or you're going to jump into swarms. It should be very clear in Season 2, you're supposed to jump into the swarms.
Okay.
Now it should be ultra clear.
Yeah.
You're supposed to jump into the swarms. They don't hit that hard, they juggle for less time. Just jump into the swarms. And the Conra will have to make that read that you're going to do that and adjust his pattern accordingly.
Okay.
So should we move on to the next character?
No.
Oh,
we got
what?
Conra buffs on
Whoa,
deck.
whoa. All right. So
not that many, right? Not too many.
we'll see.
He's got cool stuff.
Yeah, he has some cool stuff. Far Crouching Heavy Punch launches airborne opponents higher. There you go. His down forward light kick and down forward medium kick Scorpion Strikes now properly count as projectiles, making them unbreakable.
Right.
Crouching Light Punch and Jumping Light Punch cause a flip out.
Okay, okay. Jump with me. That's pretty fun.
Ooh.
That's pretty fun. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's juicy.
And you can use Crouching Light Punch too, so if you were to do like Spike Ender or something.
So the juggle versions of Clutch,
Okay.
they now cause a flip out and recover much faster.
Yeah, so these were pretty useless before. But now they cause a flip out and they recover faster, so you can actually get some cool stuff going. And try and grab again. There's some uses for that, for sure.
Yeah. So Standing Heavy Kick and Back Heavy Punch cause a stagger now and are extremely plus on hit, allowing for new opening, setup, and combo opportunities.
I can combo into grab. Yeah.
Yep.
There's some other cool stuff you can do, like place a swarm and then pull people back into it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So Conra's Tornado Projectile always launches the opponent towards Conra, and it now deals a little bit of damage.
Actual damage from the Tornado always launches at Conra, so he might be able to pick something up off of it if his spacing is right.
So Conra also has a new ability now. So let's place a sand trap on the ground. So if you do whirl and hold the button, you can just keep spinning, and you can release a larger, more damaging tornado.
It looks like you can't jump it, but you totally can. Whoops. Go ahead and jump this for me. That's the medium one. I'll do the big one.
So at full charge, this move is actually unblockable.
Wait till it's real close.
Okay.
There. He almost made it. You can jump it if you're good. But yeah, totally unblockable at full charge.
Yep. So Conra's Shadow Spike has been retuned. So Shadow Spike now releases a single multi-hit spike under the opponent instead of a series of spikes. It then leaves an enhanced Shadow Sand Trap that automatically attacks with Scorpion Strikes every few seconds if the opponent is nearby. That was a lot of words.
No hands. It just attacks on its own.
So this automatically will stop if Conra gets hit, creates another puddle, or uses Sacrifice.
Go ahead and hit me. And it's gone. Poof. This thing's awesome. This is my favorite thing. You just put this out when somebody's near the corner, and it controls space for you. You got to be careful not to accidentally overwrite it with a new puddle. But this is my favorite use of meter in the entire game right now. I love it. Keeping people cursed is much more important to Conra's gameplay now, so that you can get those good reactions when they jump and scoop them out of the air.
All right.
That's Conra.
Yep, that's Conra.
He's a fair character now. Definitely test him this weekend once we're done with the presentation, and let us know how you're feeling about Mr. Ra.
So next up is Riptor.
Riptor, where? Who reads from the good book of Riptor? All right, let's talk about our favorite puppy dog.
Yeah.
Riptor.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. So Jumping Heavy Kick, the damage has been reduced by about 15%. Jumping Heavy Punch damage has been reduced by about 40%. Her Shoulder Charge Ender, the wall splat ender, the damage has been reduced by about 10%. Her tail flip ender, the hard knockdown ender, has been reduced by about 5%. We corrected a bug that caused a few of her enders to build just a small amount of meter. Tail flip and air tail flip, both the light and medium versions, have been slowed down by 4 frames. The heavy version has been slowed down by 6 frames, and the trajectories have been slightly adjusted for these new timings.
They're much more reasonable to block online now.
Yep.
Much more reasonable.
Tail flip damage no longer changes based on the strength used.
Yeah, so here's light, and here's heavy. Same damage.
All damage has been reduced to match the light version.
So it doesn't do 50% anymore?
That's right.
Okay, just making sure.
Correct.
Tail flip recovery has a taller vulnerable box to make punishing it more intuitive.
Do standing medium punch after this. Nope, still misses. It's a little easier. There you go. That used to whiff.
So we added KV to Clever Girl to compensate for the fact that ground bounce KV penalty has been removed from the game.
So it's roughly the same as it was.
And then we got a few bursts coming up.
All right.
So close heavy punch now counts as a projectile hitbox, which is, we expected that, right?
Yeah.
Predator light punch now tags as an opener so that combos after the wall splat function as expected.
Yep, okay.
The ground version of Shadow Tail Flip will now get all 5 of its hits more reliably.
That's a buff and a nerf because it's more damage, but also a little easier to break.
You can no longer cancel out a Clever Girl on frame 15 into specials or normals. You can now cancel out of it early at frame 12 into normals or runs.
Right, so you can't easily get Clever Girl, Clever Girl, Clever Girl, but you can stick a normal in there much easier now.
Yep.
And the run cancel thing is really cool because you can... Yeah, that works. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, you can do some cool stuff off of that.
So we got some buffs. So we we reduced KV on run back heavy kick and improved its launch trajectory to expand juggle opportunities.
Run back heavy kick. What I was just showing is her cool reversal, and you can do this a whole bunch of times, and it's way easier.
Yep.
That's fun.
Run back heavy punch. The flame wall deals 80% more damage. That sounds like a lot.
That sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
but look at the damage. It's like a medium punch. It used to just do nothing.
The running portion of Shadow Shoulder Charge now has 1 hit of armor. Jumping.
Probably.
Yep. Maybe.
There
you go.
it.
Jumping heavy kick doesn't bounce away. Doesn't bounce
corner.
people away from you anymore, keeping them close enough for a follow-up attack.
So much easier to get stuff like this going.
Yep.
So Clever Girl makes itself more useful there as well.
Jumping, wow, that's not even the right word at all. Crouching heavy kick on juggles don't push people far away anymore.
Yeah, they stay a little closer.
Yeah.
Gets you a little bit more fun with carpet.
Crouching heavy kick is -5 on block instead of -15.
Yeah, this was -15, which was gratuitous. Now you can use it.
Yeah, we fixed the bug preventing you from using primal linkers after manual normals.
That's right.
Manual normals, sorry. Yep.
Now it works.
Okay.
Primal linkers deal 40% more damage to encourage using them in all levels of play.
Yeah, they hit pretty hard. You may find that her lockout combos that do optimal damage are a bit different now.
Okay. More damage than before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Predator mode dashes are now projectile invulnerable on the top half of her body. As
Toss me a
intended.
fireball. Toss me another one.
It should be much easier to dash under projectiles now.
Hey. Woo, woo. That's fun.
So her run heavy kick, it now causes a stagger instead of a knockdown.
Combo into throw off. That's pretty nice. You can link a jab as well. Pretty cool. It's a 2-hit low, and the reward wasn't very high for it before, and now the reward's much higher for it. I expect to see this a lot more. It's actually a really good move. It was good in Season 2 as well.
So Predator dash heavy punch, the flame arc, that causes a stagger now.
That's a big stagger too, so maybe I could... I'm thinking. There's some stuff I could do there. Okay.
So standing light kick, this causes a flip out, and the hitbox has been slightly made bigger.
Riptor is my nomination for second best use of flip out in the game.
Yep.
Cancel it into Predator and just go nuts. Maybe cancel it into tail flip and just be nuts. Flip out's pretty good on this character. Yeah.
So Riptor has a new move.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She gets a new toy other than all this juicy stuff?
Oh, yeah. So
Okay.
she has a new move called Flame Mortar. So if you press and hold 3 punch, you can launch flame balls in a high arc at the opponent's location, up to 3 of them in a series. Oh, yeah.
So, Steve, just walk forward as I launch these. Whoops, sorry. Hold on. Go. So they launch at the opponent's current location at the time of launch. They won't track, but they're pretty cool. Some things I like to do in a combo where I'll do like a knockdown, flame carpet, single ball, flip over.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It also really helps with some of her really hard matchups, like against Sadiro, where characters are right over top of Riptor, and she can't really do much, but you can kind of control that space with these slow mortars, and they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, and that's Riptor.
That's Riptor.
So next, yeah.
Do those go away if she gets hit?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So next up, we have our good buddy Omi.
Omi.
Yeah, Omi.
Omi.
I know we have a few Omen players out there.
Yeah, I'll warn you in advance. It's very possible we went too far with Omen, and we may have to dial back a little before launch. He's pretty strong right now. Here he comes. He's got a circulatory system made of electricity.
All right, so let's get to it. So we fixed the bug that prevented Omen from doing auto doubles, linkers, or manuals after the rapid press portion of Furious Flurry, medium or heavy.
So he couldn't do auto doubles there, but now he can.
Yep. Shadow Furious Flurry linker is now +1 on hits. This was previously +11, and the manual timing is 5 frames later.
Yep, so it's a little bit different. If you're used to the manual timing, it's changed slightly, and you're not +11 anymore.
Yeah, he used to be +1 billion.
Yeah. It was a little too good.
Opener Slide has less frame advantage on hits and has its manual timing windows retuned.
Yeah, these have more like the linker rules now. It's a little tougher. If you want the heavy one into a light manual, it's pretty easy, but heavy into heavy manual, possible, but not easy.
Okay.
All ender damage has been reduced by about 15%.
So we're back to low damage, Omen.
I thought you said this character got overbuffed. What's
Well,
going on?
Yeah, give it a minute.
Air backdash has been slowed down by about 15%.
It's a little slower. I actually think it's better slower.
Yeah.
And we'll see in a minute.
So throw damage has been reduced by 40%.
So that's a level 2 instead of a level 3 off a throw. It's a significant nerf.
Hurts his corner game a lot.
Hurts the corner game, yeah.
Okay.
Still really strong, though.
We fixed the bug preventing slide linkers from changing sides with larger opponents in the corner.
Yeah, you won't be able to see that against Jago, but he couldn't get behind like Aganos, and now he can.
Okay.
And that's it for the nerfs.
Give me the good stuff.
That's kind of a burf, but
okay.
So the following moves have been given attack box improvements, just pretty much like all his normals.
All right.
So I'm just gonna go through the list.
Yeah.
Crouching heavy punch, crouching medium punch, jumping heavy kick, standing heavy kick, standing medium kick, standing light kick, standing close light kick, standing heavy punch.
They're all better.
They're all better.
They're all better.
Yep.
Better hitboxes.
Okay.
Rashakuken's random fireballs. If you couldn't tell, these are all buffs. Rashakuken's random fireballs deal 4 additional frames of hit stun. Block stun is unchanged.
So it's easier to manual off them.
Yes.
We got a golf clap for that one.
No, that's a cool change. I like that.
Jumping heavy kick damage has been increased by 65%.
This thing hits like a truck. The counter hit on this is nuts. Let's try and get a counter hit. Oh, man. Do heavy. Oh, man.
Okay.
Jago's normals are too good. There we go. Yeah,
So-
it hits really hard.
So Shadow Rashakuken and Shadow Orta Shield are no longer destroyed if Omen takes a hit.
These are a much more valuable use of meter now because they'll cover you.
We doubled the duration of Shadow Meter Lockout.
Yeah, so this was a weird one for us because the Shadow Meter Lockout was really cool, but it was pretty much over by the time you were done with the combo. Now it lasts a while, and people actually have to deal with not being able to do Shadow moves.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's like 10 seconds. Pretty healthy amount of time.
Okay.
Enders can now build meter even if Shadow Rashakuken or Shadow Orta Shield are active.
Right, so he couldn't build meter at all when those were active before. He still can't, except for Enders can. So if you do end a combo with those active, you'll get the meter back.
So jumping light punch and standing light kick and standing close light kick all cause a flip out.
Jump with me. Boink. Not as useful on this character as some other characters, but still cool. Oh, I missed. But yeah, you can juggle off that into a flip out and get some stuff going. I'll try again.
Are people ready for this next change?
Oh, I missed.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know
What's
if
the
they're
next
ready.
change? What's the next change?
Demonic Despair is now invulnerable from startup until the grab.
Oh, no. You want to sweep me?
Yeah.
Do like some sort of meaty?
Kids.
It costs 3 meters! And also all of his other uses of meter are way better. So you're not going to get there that often. Dead. Yeah, Van Damme. All right.
Omen can cancel air dashes into attacks much earlier.
Yeah, that's nice. That feels good.
So we also gave him a new ability.
Okay.
We call it Turbulence. Omen can cancel air dashes into the opposite air dash direction by pressing back or forward a single time.
That's fun. You can come in real low. Yeah, I like it. And you can wiggle if you're really good.
There you go.
And it looks super silly. Yeah.
And that's
it. Omen.
Yeah, that's Omen.
This dude's ridiculous now.
Okay. Yeah, that fireball change seems really good.
It's good. It's good.
It's really good.
The shadow moves not disappearing when he gets hit is a huge deal for this character. It really takes his setups up to the next level.
All right, so next up we have Aganos.
The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
I know our good friend Mr. Eyes Green teased
Shout
a little
out to
bit.
Zerg
That there's
Killer.
some, yeah, exactly. That there's some cool stuff happening.
We should probably mention right away the Fierce change again.
Yes, let's revisit the Fierce change. Hi, I'm Aganos. I have armor, but you're hitting me with Fierces, and the armor doesn't work. Because remember, grounded normals ignore armor now. So this is a big change for him. It's going to change his game plan from brain dead walk forward and react to armor stop and press a button to a more thoughtful footsie game.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start off with some nerfs.
Okay.
Normal attacks give more meter to the opponent on hit and block.
They do. I can't really show you that, but a lot of characters can't fight Aganos without meter, so while he's fighting them, he's going to be fueling them a little bit more to fight him.
So during Instinct, a new Peacemaker respawns in 90 frames. That's up from 30 frames. It's pretty big number.
Oops.
Peacemaker.
There it is.
Yep.
So it takes a while longer.
Peacemaker attack damage has been reduced by about 20%.
Guys, you're nerfing Aganos. I can't take it in my heart.
He was really good. He's still really good.
So
Just wait, Max.
Shadow Natural Disaster linker damage has been reduced by about 30%.
Yeah, so we did this because this linker carried you to the corner and did more damage than the other one. So we've raised the damage on this linker a lot.
Whoa, yeah,
So
yeah.
now you have a reason to use Pulverize linker instead of always just doing Shadow Natural Disaster linker.
Yep. And that's actually it for the nerfs.
Okay, let's get to the good
Yeah,
stuff.
we got some really good stuff coming. So Shadow Pulverize linker, the damage has been increased by about 20%.
Right?
Damage on Natural Disaster and Pulverize Enders have increased by about 25%.
Right? Let's just do one of those real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that looks a little faster, too. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong ender. My hands are the worst.
All right, so moving on. We adjusted the launch velocity on the held part of Shadow Natural Disaster and fixed an issue where the counter hit version didn't match to make juggling more consistent.
And I missed it the first try, of course.
Yep.
But this is a lot easier now. It's much more consistent.
Shadow Ruin Startup now has 7 frames of strike invulnerability.
As we discussed, we no longer can armor every single thing in the game. We can't armor heavies anymore. So meaty heavies we're going to have to worry about, which is why Shadow Ruin is now completely invincible until the hit, so that you still have a way to get people off of you.
Close Standing Medium Punch has a slightly wider cancel window for feel.
A little easier to cancel. Felt a little wonky before.
Standing Far Heavy Punch causes a stagger and is -5 on block. This used to be -10.
Yeah. I don't think you get much off of this stagger, but it looks cool, so we put it in the game.
Hit stop on Light Kick, Medium Punch, and Heavy Punch auto doubles have been reduced slightly to match the reaction speeds needed to break the matching strength doubles better.
So those are much faster, and they match the other button, so you can mix up the buttons a little more.
Yep.
There
It
you
is
go.
no
Okay.
longer possible to shove Aganos' body across the stage between rounds.
He's too heavy.
Is that because he can't be thrown?
He can be thrown.
Oh,
can.
oh, okay.
Chunk Up recovers 6 frames faster.
Whoa, 6 frames. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wall Summon moves get the wall out 6 frames faster and recover 5 frames faster.
Okay, that's nice.
Aganos,
Subtle but nice.
Aganos can rip a Peacemaker out of the wall behind him in 34 frames now. That's down from 53.
So much faster.
Much faster.
While holding a Peacemaker, the following non-Peacemaker normals are now possible as command normals. Backlight Punch. That destroys your Peacemaker.
So you can get your anti-air going.
Yep.
So I just got a Peacemaker, you jump at me, I'm not comfortable, boom. Okay.
Forward Heavy Punch. Both the close and far variants of Standing Heavy Punch. And this lets you keep your Peacemaker.
Cool, alright.
Down Forward Heavy Punch and Crouching Heavy Punch. And that lets you,
So even more anti-air.
yeah, it lets you keep your Peacemaker too.
Right, so activating Instinct isn't suicide anymore.
Yep.
Yes.
So Aganos will keep his Peacemaker while being hit, but it will still crumble if he is knocked down put in a juggle state, or blown out.
That's right. So you can take a few glancing blows, maybe a couple fireballs or whatever, while you're carrying the Peacemaker, and you won't lose it, which is really nice.
A thrown Peacemaker causes stagger on hit. Yeah.
Super easy confirm. Really good. But you're going to be throwing these a lot less, both because they respawn slower in Instinct and for other reasons you're about to see.
So he has a new ability.
New ability?
Yeah, we call it recycling.
What?
If Aganos tries to chunk up while holding a Peacemaker, he will shove the Peacemaker into his chest instead of pulling a fresh one from the ground, giving him a drastically shorter chunk up animation. This is only 39 frames compared to the 69 frames that he originally had.
So I could get 2 hits with this before it breaks, put it back in, build another wall, get a fresh one.
Oh my god.
This guy's going green.
He's going green.
Yeah. So he has another new ability, and we call it more recycling. Very clever name.
Yeah.
Placing a wall with a Peacemaker in your hand turns the Peacemaker into a wall instead of consuming a chunk.
So I can just skip that step. I can do 2 of these.
Yep.
Make it a wall, grab it again, get a fresh one. That's cool. So if you think about it, I can store chunks outside my body now, because this wall is not just a wall, it's also chunks.
Yeah.
So if I need to get back to this wall, so putting walls behind you is even more valuable now. I can get some time, get this pulled out, be safe, maybe take a couple swings, put it back in. There's a lot more to think about now when you're playing Aganos, but when it works harmoniously, it's really, really cool.
That makes a lot of sense since the
really
Peacemaker doesn't come back as fast.
Right.
You can't just stick it in your chest.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Aganos.
Let's move on to Hisako.
All right.
This character has some really cool stuff.
Yeah. If I can perform any of it.
If you can perform any of it, yeah. Isn't that why we have a pro right
That's
here?
why, yeah, well, you know.
We'll see
He
about
has
that.
them ways, so. All right. Hisako.
All right.
Who likes Hisako? That's
Oh, we just
Every
we gotta
hand
show
up.
of hands.
They're so silent.
Yeah.
Spooky. All right.
So we added travel distance to influence linkers against Aganos, only to ensure that they never fail against him. My pronunciation is getting worse.
Yeah. So these linkers, they used to fail on Aganos sometimes, and now they never do.
We adjusted the size of the vulnerable boxes during fidgets to match the size of the vulnerable boxes during her idle.
Yeah. So when she would like do her little she would be a different size, and now she's the same size.
Yep. Low vengeance counter is no longer able to catch mid attacks.
Brutal.
We added recovery to the landing of air on Ryozan to make it a little bit worse on whiff. If you hit too high, it's possible to be punishable, but it is also punishable or possible to still be +3 or so.
Gotta get some good spacing.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yep.
Slow down the startup of medium and heavy air on Ryozan by about 4 and 8 frames. And altered the way that the move is in the air a bit to
Travels a bit differently.
Yeah.
But the heavy one, tell me about the heavy one.
So we improved the hitbox of the heavy air on Ryozan so that it hits higher up and crosses up easier, making it worth the extra startup.
Yes, this move is really good. Reaches much higher into the sky as well. You'll see when you use this in neutral. It's pretty darn good.
So her Wrath meter, that no longer recharges while jumping.
Oh yeah, this is a big change because people were doing a lot of safe jump setups and just recharging it while bouncing. But
Wrath regeneration speed has been increased by 50%.
refills really fast, so if you're walking as we intended, it'll be back pretty fast. Done.
Close heavy punch, far heavy kick, and close heavy kick all cause a stagger on counter hit and deal much more hit stun. Standing light punch and jumping light punch cause a flip out.
Okay, let's jump. It's cool. All right.
You can now jump cancel the third hit of Heavy on Ryozan if you hit an airborne opponent, and using the second Heavy on Ryozan to juggle into the third is easier.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's only the heavy version?
Yeah, the third hit has to be heavy.
Okay.
Oh, I missed. But yeah, you can do that too. And in Instinct, you'll have full Wrath, so that'll recapture.
Descent is no longer affected by Conrad's Curse.
Descent is her teleport, in case you were wondering.
Yep. Descent crushes highs 1 frame sooner and gets underground 10 frames sooner.
Faster.
Yep. Hisako used to only be able to cancel out a descent on frame 48 into attacks only. Now she can cancel into movement as well, and on frame 42 instead. Yeah.
It says she low profiles. You can do some cool stuff with that.
So we gave Hisako a new move.
Oh.
She has a new shadow move, actually.
Oh.
It's called Air Shadow on Ryozan. She can perform the Air Shadow version of Ryozan. And this version hits multiple times. It recaptures airborne opponents and staggers grounded opponents.
Oh, I missed. Oh, wrong side. Whatever.
Yep.
It's good.
So she has another new ability. It's called Descent Cancel. So Hisako can now cancel into Descent in any situation she could Wrath cancel for a Vengeance counter.
So
this
I could
costs half Wrath, just like a Vengeance counter.
So I whiff, I do the cancel, right?
Yep.
But now I could also do that.
Yep.
So I wonder if I could do some really neat stuff.
Oh my god.
That seems fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It's spooky. It's so spooky. All right, that's Hisako.
Just a little spooky.
It's a little spooky.
So next up we have Cinder.
Cinder. Oh man, Swordsman is on his feet. Are you wearing the shoes, Swordsman? You got the shoes on? Can we get the shoes on camera while we load up the character? It's got to be the shoes. Oh my god.
Oh man,
those are
things
so
flaming.
hot.
That's pretty hot.
Those
I
are
like it.
so hot.
The hotness.
Man, he wears a full outfit of custom Cinder clothing.
That's pretty
He is
cool.
a full-on Cinder
Wait
representative.
until
like
he
that.
sees the nerfs.
Oh yeah. He's so good though. He'll
Those
adapt.
shoes are going to be in the trash.
He'll adapt.
Wow.
I love you guys. Thank you for being here. All right, let's talk about Sindar.
So we fixed the bug that caused Cinder to teleport a great distance when canceling a fired up Inferno into a Shadow Fission.
Right. I'm not gonna show that.
Third degree chain combos now count as one move towards the breakability rules, which no longer.
Oh, it's so hard.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah. So it doesn't matter which one hits first or which move whiffs. So the Domi Unbreakable now becomes breakable on the third loop.
That's right. Sorry, Domi.
Yep.
Ah, I can do it, I swear. All right, go on.
The second and third Trailblazer follow-ups now always match the strength of the first Trailblazer in the sequence for breaker purposes.
So I'm going to do the medium one, which goes horizontal, and then the upward one with a different button, and it will be breakable as a medium. Boom. So if you watch the first one, you'll know what the next one is. But the Cinder player also knows you know that. And, of course, we have our typical KI interactions where these kinds of things happen to you.
Yep.
So, yeah, pay attention to the first Trailblazer. That'll tell you what the follow-up Trailblazers do as far as breakability is concerned.
So we raised KV on Pyro Bombs from 214. It used to be 12.
Yep, so a little bit more. Yep. So some of those bomb juggles are a tiny bit shorter, like one bomb shorter.
We added 3 frames of recovery to Fire Flash. Fired up Fire Flash is now -6 if you block the pillar.
All right, so you're going to block this with a jab.
And every character in the game can
Punishment.
shadow counter the pillar for a full punish, or punish with any attack that's faster than 6
You
You
frames.
want to
Shadow
shadow counter it?
counter? Okay.
Yeah. Am I fired up? There we go. Here we go. Ba-domp-domp-da-domp-domp. Okay.
The third hit of light third degree combo is +1 on block instead of +2.
Go ahead and block
Canceling into Shadow Fission here is no longer a true block screen. Fire Cinder's
He looks
damage
so
ender,
sad.
Fire Flash, no longer causes a hard knockdown.
No more hard knockdown off this bad boy because this is damage ender.
Pyro Bomb Ender, his meter ender. That damage has been reduced by about 10%.
Sure has.
Trailblazer Ender has his Wall Splat Ender. The damage has been increased by about 5%.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a
And
nice little thing.
we got a bit of a burf. Air Heavy Trailblazer becomes active 2 frames earlier and cannot land to create the ground crash until 3 frames later. This avoids a situation where the crash could lead to could hit without a Trailblazer, leading to an unbreakable hit.
Yep.
That's a long sentence.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. I got this.
Okay. You're a professional.
Yeah. Ground Medium Trailblazer inflicts 2 additional frames of block stun.
Go and block for me. So you got counter hit there now. Not as easy to stuff with a jab, but still possible.
We lowered the KV, lower KV added by Cinder's throw to 20. This used to be 50.
Yeah, so your throw combos will start you a little lower for some more juggly fun.
Cinder can now throw air pyro bombs even after doing air Trailblazer, leading to new juggles and setups.
That's interesting.
Yep.
So I could launch you up, do one of these, then tackle Pyro Bomb on afterwards.
Sure
okay.
can.
Okay. So how high up can I go? I could go like boom, boom, boom. Or, there it is.
Oh, there it
Okay.
is. So one of Cinder's moves has been reimagined. He has an angled Inferno now. Different Inferno strengths now attack at different angles. Light is up forward, medium is horizontal, and heavy is down forward. You can hold the button down to keep any version burning for a while longer. Their frame data has been retuned to be adjusted for this new functionality. And the heavy version hits low.
And really far away.
So
That looks so cool.
That's a low?
Yeah, check this out. Check this out. Confirmed. Yeah, that's really good.
See,
Yeah, it's a low. It's so good.
Cinder has another new ability. It's called Throw Cancel Burnout. So
oh, yeah, I love this.
while fired up, you can cancel your throw into a level 1 burnout with quarter circle back punch or quarter circle back kick. This spins up your fired up state.
There you go. That's Mr. Cinder.
That is Mr. Cinder.
Lots of fun to be had. Lots
Yeah.
of stuff to find. I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg in the office on this character, especially with being able to throw pyro bombs after juggles in situations where you couldn't before.
I'm pretty sure he's going to keep the shoes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
keeping the
he'll be
shoes.
keeping
I
the
think he'll be
shoes.
all right.
Keeping the shoes.
Yep.
All right.
So next up we have Aria.
Aria. Okay, let's check it out. Let's
Yeah.
check out Aria.
All right. So we fixed a bug that could cause her projectiles to inherit the properties of her attacks, such as knockdowns or cash outs.
Silly stuff.
Yep.
Making games is really hard.
Yep. We slowed down the attack speed of explosive arc linkers so that the different strengths are more readable.
All right, check this out, guys. Here's the light one. Here's the medium one. Here's the heavy one. You should be able to tell now. A little time in breaker training mode, you should be able to tell.
We widened the breaker window on explosive arc linkers by about 5 frames.
Yeah, so the breaker window is a little wider on these as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
When drones are called as an assist and get hit, they now take 2.5 times damage, and that's up from 2 times damage.
Right, so you want to uppercut this guy for me?
Wow! Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so much.
that's a scrape.
That hurt.
Yeah, it's tough. So you could block this one and then uppercut it after it's
Oh,
done.
I didn't know which one.
That's okay. It's okay. That's significant.
Oh, yeah.
That may be worth the risk in many cases because this character has trouble healing.
So shotgun blitz are now more negative on block.
Okay.
So the light version is -3. This was -1. The medium version is -5. This was -4. And the heavy version is -10. This used to be -8.
Do a forward roundhouse after this. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So Shadow Dissonance launches. Oh, so these are buffs now. We should
Oh,
just
we're
throw that
into the
out.
buffs?
Yeah, we're on to
That's
the
all
buffs.
the nerfs?
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
That's all.
Okay, okay.
So Shadow Dissonance launches and causes a hard knockdown.
So that is this move. And that's pretty cool because you can tack one of these on afterwards and gain some space. That makes the zoning body a little more potent. So I'm like doing this. It's nonsense. He jumps over one. We do a little bit of that. Oh, I missed it. But yeah, you can fly over with a knee and knock him back and gain some space back. It's pretty good.
Crescendo now causes stagger. The
That's
grounded,
this
medium, and heavy versions still launch.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, this will launch from the ground. But the air ones stagger, so you can get some cool stuff.
Standing light kick and jumping light punch calls flip out.
All right, that's cool. So I could... Yep, all right.
Yep.
I see the potential. If I'm in this body, maybe I could... Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Heavy
that's good.
kick and bombs deal less KV for increased juggle opportunities.
Oops, I missed.
Heavy kick bombs don't push opponents as far as way on hits for the same reason.
Yep.
Increased juggle opportunities.
Oh, I missed.
The juggle values on normal attacks have been adjusted for same exact reason.
More juggle potential.
More juggle potential.
Fun in the sun.
Yep. Improvements to the attack boxes on standing heavy kick, close standing heavy kick, and crouching heavy kick have been performed.
Yep. A little easier to use these moves. They're pretty good.
So she has some new target strings. Standing light kick into standing heavy kick. That actually doesn't combo. Standing
It's a
medium
frame
punch.
trappy thing.
Yep. Standing medium punch into standing heavy kick. This also doesn't combo. And then the following actually do combo. Standing heavy punch into standing heavy kick. Close standing medium punch into standing heavy kick. And close heavy punch into standing heavy kick.
Cool.
Yep. She has a new ability now. We call them charge up bombs. So you can now hold far standing heavy kick to charge up the attack and release additional grenades. You can dash cancel in either direction while charging up. If you perform a target, one of her target strings into standing heavy kick, you can still charge it up and dash cancel as desired, opening up new frame traps and offensive techniques.
Yes, very cool. Yeah, you can do some neat stuff with that.
Yeah.
Very fun.
And that is all of Season 2 Rebalance. Oh wait, we have.
But there's a shadow.
Yeah,
above
we
us.
do have a shadow lurking, lurking in the distance.
Whoa,
Shadow
I just heard
Jago.
the spinal go across the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. All right. Got any Shadow Jago fans out there?
Buff.
So what if we just loaded the character and then said nothing changed, and then we just loaded someone else?
You know, we'll show you some stuff that we're doing. There might be more coming down the pipeline, but we'll show you this stuff before this weekend happens, so you can't say we reacted to you showing us what the problems were. It's a cool character, though.
All right,
I like
so
Shadow Jago a lot.
We're starting off with nerfs. We fixed a bug causing Shadow Shendokuken to hit 1 extra time when used in a ground combo.
Yeah, it used to hit 6, hits 5, a little less damage now.
Yep. Added additional recovery time to the end of slide enders, preventing some unintended juggles after. That's pretty much the end of that sentence.
Yep.
There you go. The earliest moment Shago can cancel out of his dashes into moves has been moved back by 5 frames.
A little later.
Yep. Shendokuken projectiles deal 20% less damage on hit.
A little bit less.
Yep. Shadow Slide is no longer throw invulnerable.
Go and sweep me and try and meaty throw. Got me.
Yep. That's it for the nerfs. Coming up now is the buffs. So Shadow Dive Kick is now throw invulnerable on startup.
And it looks a little different too, because it leaves the ground, you know.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that in a second.
We got a bit of a burf here.
Yeah.
Shadow Dive Kick changed to a single hit that always recaptures, followed by 4 grounded hits.
So it's easier to get the recapture, but it's much more consistent when you do something like this. Whoops, I missed. So this is not going to be unbreakable recaptures anymore. Sorry, boys. Wow, I'm really bad. Yeah,
that's actually it for Shadow Jago.
So yeah, he didn't get hit hard, but everybody else just got a billion times stronger, and he didn't. So when you play him in the context of Season 3, it'd probably be a little different. My advice on dealing with the backdash, yeah, it's tough to option select because it goes pretty far, but he is vulnerable and stuck in place before he leaves. Meaty special moves are really good against Shadow Jago, because if he uppercuts, the trade is really in your favor because the uppercut hits multiple times and the first hit doesn't hit very hard. And if he backdashes, you'll catch it. And a lot of these moves, like a Glacius Cold Shoulder, they're plus on block anyway when you do a meaty. So try that out. You should do that against Cinder and Shago. It really helps control those characters. Not all the time, but enough to get them to hold still.